It's been a pretty eventful weekend for Red Bull. Helmut Marko is under fire, with the team's board set to take a vote on his future by the end of the week, and Sergio Perez, after struggling to find his form in the shadow of Max Verstappen, is now being urged to leave Red Bull if he wants to save himself. Let's get you up to speed in today's video. Helmut Marko is said to be heading into a pivotal meeting regarding his future at Red Bull, as some senior figures are reportedly pushing for his departure. Marko seemed to be in a secure position during Dietrich Mateschitz's leadership, but with the passing of the Red Bull founder last year, there's a new dynamic at play, and it's starting to influence the inner workings of Red Bull Racing. According to reports, the CEO in charge of sports, Oliver Mintzlaff, is among the Red Bull staff members eager to see a change involving Marko. This sentiment is also shared by the team principal, Christian Horner. Marko didn't do himself any favours in recent weeks by making xenophobic and false remarks while criticising Red Bull's own driver, Sergio Perez. This incident, for which Marko was compelled to issue an apology, added more strain to the team and intensified scrutiny on the 80-year-old Austrian's role. In his capacity as an advisor to Red Bull GmbH, Marko is not officially part of the Red Bull Racing workforce. This means that he doesn't fall under Christian Horner's direct jurisdiction, and it appears that senior personnel within the beverage company have also grown wary of the situation. According to an article co-authored by former F1 driver Luciano Burti for the Brazilian outlet Globo, there is a meeting scheduled for this week to decide what lies ahead for Marko within the Red Bull organisation. The growing tension between Horner and Marko can be attributed to Horner assuming a more prominent role in the management of AlphaTauri, a responsibility that was historically within Marko's domain. Horner disclosed to PlanetF1.com back in August that he actively participated in shaping the future of the sister team. This involvement included the recruitment of CEO Peter Bayer and the forthcoming appointment of team principal Laurent Mekies. The CEO and team principal of Red Bull Racing are apparently eager to replace Yuki Tsunoda in the AlphaTauri seat, despite the significant $10 million in sponsorship that Honda provides to the team. In contrast, Marko has cautioned against such a decision, pointing out that it could lead to tensions with Red Bull's existing engine partners. Marko appears to be on the opposing side of the discussion table, with Horner and Mintzlaff, who is responsible for Red Bull's sporting endeavours. Following Dietrich Mateschitz's passing, his shares were transferred to his son, Mark Mateschitz, and co-owners TC Pharmaceuticals have assumed a more significant role in the overall management of the Red Bull enterprise. And going back to the root of the Helmut Marko drama, Gerhard Berger has advised Sergio Perez that it might be in his best interest to part ways with Red Bull, as staying on could potentially lead to a decline in his performance due to an increase in mistakes. Perez's 2023 season has unfolded in two distinct phases, as the Mexican driver has transitioned from being a championship contender to fighting for his career. It's remarkable how swiftly the circumstances have evolved. Sergio Perez was right in the thick of things during the first 5 races of the season, clinching 2 victories and 2 second-place finishes. However, it's fair to say that the turning point in his season, where things took a disastrous turn, can arguably be traced back to his second runner-up finish of the season. During the Miami Grand Prix, Max Verstappen managed to overtake Sergio Perez, even though Verstappen had started from the 9th position on the grid, while Perez had secured pole position. Verstappen's remarkable performance in that race kick-started an impressive streak of 10 consecutive victories. Sergio Perez's fortunes have taken a hit, partly due to a subsequent decline in his qualifying performance. Since his last victory in Azerbaijan, which occurred in the 4th round of the season, he has yet to secure another Grand Prix win. In the time that has passed, he has only managed to secure 5 podium finishes. This has put his second place in the championship standings at risk, as his lead over Lewis Hamilton has dwindled to just 30 points, with 5 races left in the season. The decline in Perez's performance has given rise to a slew of rumours. While these have frequently been dismissed by Christian Horner, they have been fanned by Helmut Marko. The speculation centres around Perez's Red Bull race seat potentially being at risk. Berger's perspective is that Perez should not wait for a push, but should consider making a proactive move right now. This change of scenery, along with a teammate less formidable than Verstappen, could potentially provide a much-needed confidence boost. Berger told Service TV, "I say Perez has to leave Red Bull Racing. Perez needs a team in which he can grow again. You need a teammate you can beat so that you can create strength. Perez will not be able to do that next to Max Verstappen. He will only become weaker because the mistakes will increase. It's not that important whether you can win. It's not about winning. Max won't get any worse." At the end of the day, the decision may not be up to Perez. Red Bull has stirred up speculations about a potential return of Daniel Ricciardo to the team by sharing an older image of the Australian alongside Max Verstappen on their social media platforms. Daniel Ricciardo had a remarkable 5-year tenure at Red Bull from 2014 to 2018, achieving the majority of his 8 career victories during his time with the team. He then made a high-profile move to Renault at the beginning of 2019, securing a lucrative contract. Following a stint at McLaren where he faced 2 disappointing seasons and subsequently lost his spot on the grid at the end of 2022, Daniel Ricciardo made a comeback to Red Bull as the team's reserve driver this year. He later reclaimed a race seat, stepping in for Nick de Vries with Red Bull's junior team AlphaTauri in time for the Hungarian Grand Prix in July. Daniel Ricciardo has been quite vocal about his desire to return to his former Red Bull seat. The challenges faced by Max Verstappen's current teammate, Sergio Perez, have led to speculation that the team might be considering a change. Despite securing victories in 2 of the first 4 races of 2023, namely in Saudi Arabia and Azerbaijan, Sergio Perez has encountered a challenging period in recent months. His struggles include a run of 5 consecutive rounds where he failed to reach Q3, spanning from Monaco to Silverstone. And in the past 3 races in Singapore, Japan and Qatar, Sergio Perez has only managed to secure 5 points. In contrast, the newly crowned 3-time world champion, Verstappen, has clinched 2 victories during the same time frame. While Perez currently has a contract with Red Bull that extends until the end of the 2024 season, his recent performance slump has fueled speculations that both the team and the driver might consider parting ways before that contract term ends. Speculations arose last week, suggesting that Sergio Perez, at the age of 33, might consider announcing his retirement at his upcoming home race in Mexico. However, a source closely connected to the situation has vehemently denied these claims, labeling them as entirely untrue and not in the works. In addition, a report from the German publication Automotor und Sport asserted that Red Bull has already made a decision to promote Daniel Ricciardo as Max Verstappen's teammate for the 2024 season, if Perez were to depart from the team. In response to the recent news confirming that the Belgian Grand Prix will remain on the Formula One calendar until at least 2025, Red Bull shared a throwback image from 2017. The image featured Max Verstappen and Daniel Ricciardo sitting atop the iconic Eau Rouge corner while filming a light-hearted feature for the team's YouTube account. This post generated a significant reaction from fans, amassing thousands of views and millions of page impressions, as speculation surrounding Sergio Perez's future with the team continues to be a hot topic of discussion. Max Verstappen and Daniel Ricciardo had a fruitful partnership during their earlier stint together from 2016 to 2018. However, their relationship took a significant turn when they were involved in a race-ending collision at the 2018 Azerbaijan Grand Prix, which had a notable impact on their dynamics. While video footage seemed to suggest that Max Verstappen made a move under braking as Daniel Ricciardo tried to pass him on the main straight, Ricciardo was left frustrated by Red Bull's hesitance to assign blame to Verstappen. This incident and Red Bull's handling of it were factors that Ricciardo later cited as contributing to his decision to leave Red Bull and join Renault at the end of the season. Either way, Ricciardo is back and after the coveted number 2 position behind the impenetrable Max Verstappen. So, is Red Bull sending subliminal messages about Daniel Ricciardo returning to the team? Or is this nothing more than speculation? Tell us what you think in the comment section down below. And, as always, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Thanks for watching.